All right, so today we're going to go over the handstand, and one of the first things you have to get is placements of where, sorry, not a handstand, a headstand. And you want to get the placement of where the hands and head have to go to maximize the benefits you're going to get. So here's essentially what we're going to be looking at. Your hand placement needs to be back substantially compared to the placement of your face, so that you are clearly forming a triangle. So going over the headstand, what we're going to do is have my lovely assistant Maria here first demonstrate to you what is the headstand. Maria, if you could please. Chin out. And bring that down. Beautiful. All right, down on your knees. Okay, so here's essentially what just happened, right? So Maria was just demonstrating her hands in a perfect triangular position with her head. You don't want to have your head in line with your hands, as it will certainly not offer you much in the way of stability. So using a mat to cushion the top of her head, and this is, seems to be a problem for a lot of people when they're first learning how to do the headstand, is where the top of the head is. So many people seem to think it means the forehead, and it's not. We literally mean the very top, dead center of the head. All right, so Maria, put your hands on the floor if you could, please. All right, so going into the full version of a headstand is what we're going to start with, and then I'll bring you down to an intermediate and then, of course, a beginner's portion of this. So Maria, if you put the very top of your head down here. Now, one of the key things is that once the top of your head is down, you want to make sure that your chin does not go into your throat. Rather, you keep your chin fully pressed out. A lot of pressure goes into the hands, as that's what's going to be stabilizing you for the most part, and your hands should be bearing most of the weight load, not your neck. Slowly coming up with the knees bent, and then going into a full extended position. A lot of this balance control is done using your hands. Beautiful, Maria. All right, so let's bring that down. Okay, so we'll stay here. Now, what we're going to do is, that's the full version of what we're going for. Now, if you're not quite there yet, let's look at an intermediate version. And the intermediate version is going to actually have you using the wall to help your balance. All right, so Maria, put your hands in the exact same place if you could, please. And your top of your head, please, right to the floor. Your chin away from your throat. With your knees bent, and she's going to lean into the wall. Now she's going to go into her full extension. All right, so now she's actually using the wall to help her stabilize a lot better. While you're up there, challenge yourself a little bit, perhaps by moving one leg away from the wall, and maybe the other one will follow it, trying to get your butt off the wall and play with it. If you end up going back to the wall and forth, that's okay. This is where you're going to start to realize how much control you have in your hands alone. Maria, if you can come down, please. Awesome. All right, so that'll be your intermediate version of the headstand, and now we're going to look at what can a beginner do. Okay, so here's what we're going to do for beginners. You're going to put your hands always, the hand placement and the head placement will always be the same regardless of what level you're at. And once again, we're going for the very top of your head. Keep your chin away from your throat. Now, what Maria's going to do, and she's going to do this very slowly, is she's walked her feet up to the point where any further she's actually going to go up. She's going to take her right knee and put it on top of her right elbow. Right there, very slow. She's going to take her left knee and go on top of her left shoulder and stay there. Chin away from the throat. Beautiful. All right, so there you got it. That'll be your beginner's version of your headstand. You good, Mar?
Yeah.
All right, so there you have it. That's your headstand.